Hey guys, Eternize here. I've been asked a lot about reverb lately, so in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a reverb chain to use on your hardstyle leads. Let's get into it. First things first, when using a reverb, I would always recommend using a send channel for the reverb. What this does is that it allows you to fully shape the reverb with EQ and compression and so on, without affecting the sound you're adding the reverb to. So let's make a send channel and let's choose our reverb. Now, I'm using ValhallaRoom because it's easy to set up and it sounds great. The default setting sounds okay, but we want a longer decay time and up the high cut and depth. If you want to mess with the settings on the right hand side, feel free to do so, but I'm gonna leave it as it is for this video. Okay, so before we start shaping the reverb with EQ and so on, we want to add sidechain. And we want the sidechain to be at the bottom of the chain. Why? Because if we want to treat our reverb with things like compression and we use that after the sidechain, it will interfere with the sidechain effect. So throwing the sidechain at the bottom right from the start is a good idea. Now let's set up the sidechain. I'm using FabFilter C2 because it has the most controls on a compressor to use for sidechaining. So we go down here to the sidechain section, activate the external sidechain option, and then we choose which sound to activate the sidechain. That doesn't sound too bad, but let's see if we can optimize it a little. And by the way, if you wonder about the lead, it's a preset from my Hardstyle lead pack that's going to be released very soon. And without revealing too much, if you're producing hardstyle, you're going to want this pack. More info soon. So for the sidechain settings, I like to use the opto style because it's the fastest reacting compression style. I usually leave the ratio and then adjust threshold, attack and release to taste. I'm okay with the auto gain on because that's just going to counter the sidechain reduction a little. Next step is to shape the reverb with an EQ, and the goal is to balance the EQ to fit the lead and to kind of make it sit in the background without taking focus away from the lead itself. Usually you're looking to remove unnecessary low end and then shape the mid and high frequencies. And how much shaping you have to do totally depends on what reverb you're using and also the settings of the reverb, and then of course on the lead itself. Some leads needs a lot of high end in the reverb and some leads needs almost no high end. So you gotta listen and make the decision for yourself. There are no rules for this. Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna ask for a small favor. I am fully committed to keep sharing my knowledge with you with these videos, and If you share my enthusiasm for hardstyle, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and also comment down below so that the YouTube algorithm can get this out to the people with our shared interest. Thank you so much, and back to the video. At this point, you've pretty much fully set up the reverb chain, but there are still a couple of steps you could consider. Those steps are things like compression, saturation, stereo width, multiband compression. All are very valid to try out. Let's do one example with multiband compression. So what I like to do is to use OTT, and this is for those cases where you really want a heavy and consistent reverb, because OTT is really gonna push it. So what multiband compression generally does to the reverb is that it dynamically balances it at all times. And especially if you have a melody that goes from very high notes to very low notes, multiband compression can help balance the reverb in a very nice way. It's worth trying out. Also, keep in mind that the tail is now going to be longer because of the compression, so you might have to go back to the reverb and adjust the length of the effect. Once again, a preset pack is coming very soon, as well as the free mixing ebook. I'm hoping to release it in a week from now, and it's gonna be big. Alright, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.